Hi there, everybody. Josh Rugger here, still in the weather studio. Now, good news is for Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, we are not dealing with severe weather right now. But for Central Arkansas, the significant severe weather potential is ramping up right now, and especially near Hot Springs. And I wanted to give this weather update to provide. I know we'll have a lot of folks who watch in Hot Springs. We got Janelle. I hope I said your name right. Gillian watching in Hot Springs Village right now. We've also, Gillian, you're watching Hot Springs Village. I know we've got other people who are watching near the Hot Springs area. I wanted to give this weather update so you could see the latest information on the storm. This is not the only tornado warning that is in effect right now. We've got other tornado warnings that are impacting other communities in Central Arkansas at this time. A major severe weather outbreak, unfortunately, is beginning to unfold in these areas. So let me go ahead and remove this banner off the screen. Let me remove my face off the screen as well. And let's get to the latest details on what we're seeing with this storm. So this storm right now is been one we've been watching over the last hour. Right now, the latest tornado warning does include Garland County, southwestern Perry County, north central Pike, western Garland, and southeastern Montgomery County, as well as west central Hot Springs counties. That goes until 1:15 p.m. Hold on, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Sorry about that. This tornado warning that's currently going on actually expires at 1:45 p.m. So the tornado warning that we're currently seeing right now expires at 1:45 p.m. We've been watching this storm again for the last hour or so, and it is very strong. The good news is in the last few radar scans, it does look like the rotation maybe has weakened a little bit, but here on this latest image, this does not look good at all. Now there is no PTDS drop right now. That's our tornado detecting little product that we have, and it can typically detect tornado debris being lofted with about 95 to 99% accuracy. If you see a white dot with this particular product, you will typically have a tornado on the ground. The good news is we haven't seen it at this time, but it is still a very dangerous storm that is occurring and moving through Hot Springs right now. So we're watching this storm as it barrels just to the north of Rockwell, impacting Piney at this current time. If you're in Piney, you need to be in your tornado shelter right now. Same deal with Hot Springs, Mountain Valley, Fountain Lake, Hot Springs Village. You need to be taking your tornado precautions as well, because these are the type of storms, folks, that may weaken for a brief period of time, and then they're going to ramp back up again because the environment is just so the parameters are just so strong for this tornado potential. So we're watching this storm right now just to the west of Hot Springs. We're also watching another tornado warning that was just now issued near the Perryville area. I told Dan this one was going to get a tornado warning on it pretty soon, and it has one. Now, the rotation maybe not as strong with this one, but we're still watching very closely. I see we've got a comment from Leslie here. Her daughters in Conway and sirens are going off. The good news is that right now, Leslie, the storm may be tracking just to the north of Conway. But here's the thing. A lot of the times these storms with significant tornado potential are going to take a right turn. So we're going to watch this very closely. Right now, it's moving to the northeast. But if it does start to develop that tornado potential, it could take a right turn towards Conway. So, Leslie, I will let your daughter know that she needs to take her tornado precautions just in case as this storm continues to jet off to the northeast. And one more tornado warning. I'm on the Fort Smith radar right now, so it may be a little challenging to see these. But I'm going to go ahead and let you know what this tornado warning is for. It's for southwestern Stone County, eastern Van Buren, and west central Cleburne County, as well as northeastern Conway County. That expires at 2 o'clock p.m. But the storm right now that we're watching very closely is this Hot Springs storm. Man, it's very strong on radar. You can see the gate-to-gate velocity there, and it is very strong. There's still no tornado detection drop at all with it, but again, it is a very strong storm that we're going to have to watch closely. And by the way, there's another tornado warning in the same area that was impacted by this storm just a moment ago. So this new tornado warning now issued for northwestern Clark County, northeastern Pike, southwestern Garland County, southeastern Montgomery County, and west central Hot Springs counties until 2 o'clock p.m. So we got another storm that's moving behind this supercell that's currently going over Hot Springs. So that's another one that we've got to watch. This reminds me a lot, folks, of April 25th, 2011 in a lot of ways. We haven't seen the significant tornadoes yet, but we have certainly seen these supercells begin to fire up and really begin to crank up quickly in these areas. So definitely, as I mentioned earlier, keep these people, keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers right now. I do believe in the power of prayer personally, and this is one of those days that can really, impact people's lives, and hopefully we see some of these storms go on a weakening trend, and hopefully we don't see any strong to violent tornadoes today. I got a comment from Michael here that says, should I call my family in Greenbrier, Arkansas, and let them know? Michael, I would call them. Again, I don't think the storm right now is taking that right turn, but if it does, that tornado potential is going to be near in Greenbrier. And I'm probably going to switch radars now because this is closer to the Little Rock radar at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go to WSI here so you can get a closer look at that tornado warning that's in effect for Hot Springs. It certainly got the look on radar of a tornado producing storm. And Billy, you just gave me an update there. Friends in Hot Springs are now under lockdown, and that's good. That's very good that they're doing that because this is a storm that we cannot mess around with right now. Daniel, I see your comment as well. Let them know they need to be taking their tornado precautions right now. I mean, if there is a tornado on the ground, it's right over Hot Springs at this time, or getting near Hot Springs. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a tornado on the ground, truth be told. I just now pulled up the Little Rock radar. Let's look at the PTDS. That could be a possible tornado on the ground. Just to the northeast of Piney, west of Hot Springs. Let's look at the correlation coefficient. That might be a tornado on the ground right there, folks. In fact, that very likely is a tornado on the ground now to the north of Hot Springs. That is a tornado on the ground. This will be confirmed soon, I believe. Based on that correlation coefficient that we just saw, I believe there is a tornado on the ground north of Hot Springs right now. If you live in the Fountain Lake area, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. If you live on any of these roads near Hot Springs, we can map some of these out as well. You need to be in your tornado safe space now because it does appear that there is a tornado on the ground. I think there is, based on what we're seeing on this PTDS drop. You can see it right there. If we go back to correlation coefficient, you can see that debris is likely being lofted here. And I think there is a tornado on the ground right now just to the north of Hot Springs moving towards Fountain Lake. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to our PTDS product, and I'm going to map out some roads, okay? So we're going to look here. Bearcat Hollow Road. If you live near Bearcat Hollow Road, you need to be taking your tornado precautions right now. There is likely a tornado on the ground where you are, and you need to be in your tornado safe space now. If you live near Fire Lane Road, you need to be taking your tornado precautions as well. Let's go back here. Bearcat Hollow. Looks like I can't pull up the roads here, but I can give you the specific roads at this time here in Central Arkansas. So Bearcat Hollow Road again. Peaceful Valley Road, just to the west of Fountain Lake. I'm going to go up a little bit here. You need to be taking your tornado precautions as well. Fox Pass Cutoff. You need to be taking your tornado shelter. You need to be in a tornado shelter immediately. This is a fast-moving storm, moving at about 60 miles per hour. I'm going to say it right now. I think there is a tornado on the ground based on what I'm seeing on radar, what I'm seeing with the storm. I would be very surprised if there wasn't a tornado on the ground right now. So again, north of Hot Springs, southwest of Fountain Lake, there is likely a tornado on the ground right now, and you need to be in your tornado safe space. Hot Springs Village, looks like this storm is going to stay to the south of the area, but we're going to be watching it closely. I do anticipate, though, that this storm is going to be tracking towards Fountain Lake. It could take a right turn as well. So State Highway 7, you need to be, if you're driving along the road or you have people that live along State Highway 7 heading towards Fountain Lake, if you know folks that live in this area, you need to be letting them know that they need to be in their tornado shelter now because there is likely a tornado on the ground with this storm. And I definitely think the correlation coefficient, I think the PTDS drop lines up. Let's look at storm relative velocity, spectrum width. Very likely a tornado that is either still on the ground or was on the ground north of Hot Springs and moving quickly towards Fountain Lake. So, Alexis, I'm gonna go to your comment real quick. You're good. Western Grove is good. This is all impacting Central Arkansas right now. You are in the clear. You do not have to worry about these storms. Okay, we just got another radar image on this storm north of Hot Springs. Again, you can see that TVS drop right now. Stonebridge Road. Let's look at the PTDS. Again, you could see a drop there. There is a drop. It's not a clear drop, so I can't say with 100% confidence. There is no 100% confidence when it comes to these storms. However, there is likely a tornado on the ground to the south of Fountain Lake, and you need to be treating it as such. If you have family members there or you live near Fountain Lake, north of Hot Springs, you need to be in your tornado shelter now. We also have another tornado warning that's to the south of Glenwood. I see a comment here about Russellville. Let's go check that out real quick. Looks like Russellville is in the clear. Russellville, not anticipating any tornado potential right now, though there is a little storm west of there that doesn't look like it's doing too much at this current time. Let's look at these other storms that are going on. I know we had a comment about Greenbrier. I know that area. I would say that you need to be watching this storm closely. It does look like the rotation has weakened a little bit southwest of Greenbrier, but you need to be watching the storm very closely. Dan, I think
the first storm might have missed Hot Springs, but the second one,
yeah.
There's another one to the southwest of that.
By the way, I think there's a tornado on the ground.
Oh, there is. There absolutely is.
Yep. And
100%.
I'm kind of surprised there's no.
That's TDS.
I'm kind of surprised there's no observed tornado.
What does a PTDS show? Tornado.
Tornado. I mean,
Yep.
no doubt about it. So again, I for some reason, because this area is not in our weather coverage area, I was trying to map out roads, but it wouldn't pull up data. It said no data. So, but I could tell which ones they are.
It doesn't say no data, huh?
It just says.
Oh, that's because you're on Pixel Query. You need to go over here to Street Query.
I know it was on that.
Yeah, because I was looking at the EF thing.
That was my bad.
That's my bad too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tornado on the ground, doing damage, headed towards Fountain Lake.
Yep.
That should be confirmed.
Yep. No doubt about it.
And it will be confirmed. Western Grove, you're fine.
Yeah.
Alexis.
Yep.
That's going to be changing to a confirmed tornado.
No doubt about it. 100%.
Let's look at iDrive. Boy, we really dodged a bullet, man.
We did.
I'll tell you. Yeah, no cameras north of on Highway 7, so we can't see that. Storm's already past the camera there. They didn't turn the other camera to the west, so we couldn't see that.
Yeah, we couldn't get a view of the storm.
View to the south, can't see that. So there's no other views.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough area.
It sure is.
A lot of mountains. It's very hilly.
So let's see here. Go back to the base reflectivity. For those that are definitely impacted, look at that hook. That's
ugly. That's bad.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a hook.
Yeah.
I think that's also debris as well.
You know what this reminds me of too is April 25th.
That's what I was going to say, 2011. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that day very well as a young 11-year-old.
We did have more on April 25th, 2011 here.
We did.
On that day. But look at those supercells.
I mean, it was like tornado warning after tornado warning after tornado warning. You get supercell after supercell after supercell over the same area. And the parameters are only getting stronger right now too and more impressive.
Let me go to look at the shear here on this. So how's everybody doing on Facebook?
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously not our weather coverage area, so we're not on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to be on the air. This is Little Rock Television, but we do have family, friends, neighbors that are obviously to our east. In fact, our general manager is headed to Hot Springs now, but she's able to leave without no problems because she won't encounter the storms. They'll be gone by the time she gets there.
Yes.
So, but let me look at.
And I mean, obviously, a lot of people in these areas watch as well these weather lives. So, Kara is asking about Conway. I've been watching the storm here, just to the west of Conway. Conway looks like it's in the clear from this particular storm, and honestly, this one might be weakening quite a bit. In fact, I think they'll allow this tornado warning to expire. I know we had one person also asking about Greenbrier. Again, this is the storm to watch right now, but here's the thing. It's not over yet, folks, even if you live in these areas, because there's going to be more supercells that are forming to the southwest right now that are going to be moving into these areas. This is just one of those days where the environment supports round after round of supercells. So even though this storm appears to be weakening, it could strengthen at any moment once again. And even if it doesn't, there's going to be more that's on the way.
Got it. What is our storm motion, by the way?
Right now we've
What
got
does it say on there?
246 at 43 knots.
43? All right, I'm gonna plot that up on the hodograph. So many people hit these hodographs now. We got to do something. 246 at 43.
Yeah, Little Rock metro area is about to be under the gun.
Got it. Okay.
Hmm.
Pesos. Still trying.
Now, I do think that this storm weakened just a little bit. I don't see any more correlation coefficient
Yeah.
drop. I don't see
Yeah.
a PTDS drop. But again, the storm's kind of been cycling.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if this
We're gonna
ramps back
find
up
out
again.
why too, as soon as this photograph loads, if it does.
Yes.
Because a lot of people hit it, but there is a secret site that I know about.
The secrets.
Yep. See, nobody knows this one.
Nice.
Ooh, what? This is old.
That's really old.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Shucks.
Northeast Arkansas. Right now, there's nothing much going on, but it's getting close to Stone County as well as Batesville, and Ryan Vaughn's going to be all over those for sure
Yeah,
once they
that's
move into
gonna
that
be a
area.
busy one.
It's going to be a very busy day in Northeast Arkansas, so I would be gearing up and getting ready for severe weather potential in those areas as well. But right now, Hot Springs, Little Rock metro area, it's about to be going down pretty soon.
You know, I will say this: the amount of people that are interested in the meteorology behind, severe weather, it never used to be this way. This site never used to lock up. This used to be something that nobody knew about, and now you got thousands of people that are crunching photographs.
Yeah.
And now you can't even get into the site because it's
lagging.
overloaded.
Yeah,
It's a problem.
it is. Especially when we need to see these things,
Something we got to correct.
at the down to the second, down to the minute.
This never used to happen. Yeah. LIT, Little Rock is the profile, and then we'll look at this photograph here.
I need to make like a system where like you need like a password or something to get in.
Yeah, we used to have that
loaded.
with ours. I wonder if we still do.
Kelly says, I'm currently sitting in Conway. Can you tell me if I'm in the path? Because she's on a bus and she has a group of kids at the college.
Oh man, that's why we do it in this Facebook Live. That's it.
Yeah. I've been watching that storm. It looks like it weakened.
There is another cell
There
in the
is another one.
southwest, and the way this environment is, that could ramp up really dramatically. However, when we look at it, yeah, that is one of the stronger cells. So this could become severe warned. Whether it would produce circulation that fast, probably not.
Mhm.
It would be close, but probably not. So right now, there's no warning for Conway, as you mentioned.
Yep.
There's nothing in effect for Conway, but there is that cell, and they even canceled the tornado warning to the north. So
And you got another one to the southwest too. This is cell
there's
after
just
cell
gonna
after
be
cell.
multiple cells.
Yep.
Yep.
Flash flooding potential is going to be high. See another TVS here on this Hot Springs cell, or just to the east of Fountain Lake. I want to see if that's ramped back up. It's trying.
Darn it.
Yeah, Kelly, I would just
I think
I don't know
think
if-
you're fine.
yeah, I think you're fine. I don't know where you're heading.
Yeah.
Can
Because
you
if
tell
you're
us?
going Conway to
Yeah.
Little Rock, that's going to be a problem on I-40 by Mayflower
Yeah.
because this storm is going to be. What happened there? Oh, there's our interstate right there.
Yeah.
There's I-40 dropping south from Mayflower. So, that could be an issue.
She's right off of I-40 right now. Kelly, are you heading anywhere or are you staying in Conway?
You're headed south towards Little Rock. I would not. I'd stay in Conway.
Yeah, don't do it. Metro's going to be under the gun within the next 30 minutes. These storms are moving incredibly fast, too. 60 to 70 miles per hour. Resource limit.
Yep.
That's. Oh, she says she'll be heading back to Northwest Arkansas soon.
Okay.
Oh, you should
Then
be.
you're fine.
You should be fine.
You could just start.
You can start right now. Get up there.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
You'll encounter a little bit of rain northwest of Conway, but you're done. There is an accident westbound on the right shoulder, though. It's not blocking anything.
Yeah. Be careful though with the hydroplaning for sure.
Shouldn't be a problem as much because the rain's out of there.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, if you can go ahead and leave now, Kelly. I see that you're standing still right now. I think you'd be good to go as long as you're heading northwest. Because there's no storms that look like it will impact you in terms of tornadic potential. You'll run into some rain though, but nothing major.
That's it. Tornado 1 storm looking west.
Is there Benton?
Yeah.
I remember taking that every single day to get to baseball practice in Little Rock.
Mhm. So yeah, you could see that storm, but it's too far away for visibility.
What I think is happening though right now, Dan, and the storm, like you mentioned when we were talking over text, the critical angles must not be lining up right now, or the storm motions are not favorable. I think they need to take more of a right turn
Yeah,
for them to really start taking off, which could very well happen today.
especially when the energy kicks in.
Yes, which it hasn't done that yet, but it's going to. And that's why the high risk is further east, because it's going to be lining up at the perfect time in those areas for that strong tornado potential to be realized potentially. So Kelly says she won't be leaving for a couple of hours.
Couple hours.
Yeah.
And then there won't be any rain at all.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Now there will be a lot of wind.
Yeah.
And when you're driving north on I-49, there actually could be strong enough wind where it could be with top heavy vehicles enough to tip over some semis.
Yes.
I know that sounds extreme, but the winds are going to be rather intense.
Yeah. Especially with the bus.
Especially with higher profile vehicles.
Yeah.
Be aware of that.
Be aware, be careful. Heading back.
It's not loading. Can't get it.
Dang.
Don't know. Don't
Dang.
know. And we could look at the mapping of the critical angle, but we know that's 0 to 500 meters. Here's my guess. My guess is that the low-level shear vector is not strong enough. Even though the shear is incredible, the low-level shear is not good. It's not streamwise because the angles aren't lining up. And with that southwesterly flow that's veering, that means even less than 90 degrees, maybe around 30 to 40 with a weak low-level shear vector. That's what I think. But when it does right turn, it starts to ramp up a little bit. You can see that right there, and then it makes its way to the left, and it kind of weakens again. So I do believe there was something on the ground here, though.
It lines up. The correlation coefficient, the PTDS drop, the reflectivity.
There's something that went right through Piney.
Yep. I think there was no doubt a tornado just to the northwest of Hot Springs.
So if we go to we'll do some we'll do a 6-panel here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the rotation, there's the CC drop, there's the circulation. It all lines up.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Didn't last very long, but it did loft debris up to about 3,000 feet.
Yep.
And then kind of fell apart again. That's good. Hopefully it keeps falling apart.
Yes.
Still can't get it. It's not running. 3 tornado warnings now.
Go a little bit further in time. I think they dropped
Yeah,
one of those.
Yeah. No, there's 2.
Just 2. But again,
This one's problems.
for
as
Little
it
Rock,
moves into Little Rock.
yeah, that's not a good track. And it's going to go right over the cone of silence.
The western area too. You know, it's right by the Little Rock. 2008. It was a tornado went right over North Little Rock, right over North National Weather Service
That's the Air Force Base.
in April of 2008.
Yeah.
Or may even been 2007. Let me see here.
2008 was a bad year.
Yeah,
Very well could have been either year.
it's 2008. I was right.
Mhm.
April 3rd of
Oh, yeah.
2008.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 2008 was a big time year. And that was another transition year, by the way, too. Where we went to La Nina to neutral. Kind of like how we're having what we're seeing this year. Same thing in 2013.
You don't want to see. Look at that right there.
That's a nightmare right there. That's a nightmare situation.
We're looking at something.
Yeah,
else, so.
yeah. Something else from the past. So they dropped this tornado warning south of Percy. So the only tornado warning in effect is for this storm that's moving just to the northwest of Benton, northwest of I-30. It's right over Owensville right now and moving towards Sherwood, Sylvan Hills. I remember that neck of the woods.
Used to live in Sherwood.
Really?
Yeah.
Good little area.
Indian Head Lake. You know where that's at.
Trying to map it out in my
246. It's
map it out when I was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, so I think we can kind of, let Little Rock Television cover this, but
Yeah.
because it's kind of moving out of, but Central Arkansas is under the gun.
This is going to be a
Heber
long day.
Springs. Hey, I wonder if, Blaze is on this because he's got that camera. Let's look here. Hold on, just
Pull
a
that
second.
up.
Yeah,
I can show that on
we
weather
do.
too as
Yeah,
well.
Let me bring this up here. Hold on.
Sorry, Zach. I'm gonna sneak by here. Just to pull this up.
Oh, he's like my county, almost 2,000 Cape. Let's look here. He's got his
Of course, this is getting towards the radar hole.
What are you doing? Oh, it's probably on a different one. Facebook. So tough to find stuff.
I know. Facebook makes it as difficult as possible
Yeah,
too.
they do.
Every single time I'm trying to log in, it's like enter this, enter that, enter a passcode.
Why couldn't they just group all the messages together and all the same things instead of like separating everything?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I think this storm is trying to. This storm that's nearing Little Rock is trying to get its act together again. That looks pretty.
Looks pretty ominous.
Yeah, that gotta watch that storm pretty closely. This might be the
you
storm
go.
right now.
There's the live camera. So
Here we
bring
go.
that up.
Bring that up. Oh, nope, not that one. There we go. Yep, so let's pull that up there. And where's that exactly
So that
located?
is close to Heber Springs.
Heber Springs.
Yep.
So it would be looking northwest into it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that's looking southwest.
Yeah.
So I actually don't know which way it's looking. Go off of it and go to radar real quick, and I'll do some poking around and look.
Yep. Of course, this is getting in the radar hole. Very challenging area to find storms.
Oh, pointed at Marshall. Okay. We getting a lot of comments here?
Yeah, still quite a few sirens. West Little Rock. Getting reports of that.
Makes
Makes
sense.
sense. So now it's starting to get towards Little Rock Metro. Thomas says, is Hot Springs in trouble? Well, you got another storm that's moving into Percy. It does look like it weakened a little bit, but look at this, Dan. Another storm forming near Glenwood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a supercell factory. Textbook supercell factory. And again, even though this storm's on the weakening trend, Thomas, got to remember this environment, these things can ramp up with a snap of a finger. So I wouldn't let my guard down on this one that's moving towards Hot Springs. And then I would keep my guard up for this next storm that's south of Glenwood. So Hot Springs definitely still under the gun right now. Michael says, my family is under a warning in Greenbrier. There is another warning in Greenbrier that was just now issued. Uh-oh. Yeah,
that's starting to spin.
That's starting to strengthen once again. So yeah, Greenbrier, you need to be taking your tornado precautions as well right now. Josh is asking about iDrive cameras. We've been looking through some of them.
There's none that are good. They're all pointed east or they're pointed south. They're not pointed in the right directions. Just like I tweeted out, hey, can you take this camera, point it to the west?
So we can see the storm?
And they couldn't.
Yeah.
I get it. They're busy.
Yeah. I would say this storm right here, if you're near Guy, Quitman, I would start taking my tornado precautions and taking shelter right now. Again, it doesn't appear there is a tornado on the ground right now, but with how quickly these things can strengthen, you don't want to be caught off guard. So if you're in this tornado warning near Greenbrier, Guy, Quitman, Twin Groves, take your tornado precautions right now. Troy, no threat to Northwest Arkansas. In fact, there is one storm here, but I think Northwest Arkansas is clear with this system. In fact, look at the dew points. We're back in the middle 50s in Fayetteville, so here comes the dry line. We're likely in the clear now along Interstate 49 with any tornadic potential, I would say. The storms that concern me right now are southwest of Little Rock, though it is on the weakening trend, which is a good sign. I like to see that. The Greenbrier one may be the strongest storm at this time. That's moving again towards Guy and Quitman. And then obviously the one that's centered over Shirley, Fairfield Bay, Prim, Hanover, and Mountain View, these areas. You've got family members in any of these areas, reach out to them, make sure they're taking their tornado precautions. Other than that, though, Dan, I think we can drop pretty soon. Obviously, the guys in Central Arkansas do a great job, and they'll be all over these storms today. They're going to have to be on top of their game, that's for sure. Because this is it's one of those rare days. This is the first dual high risk since April 14th, 2012. We have two different areas for a high risk of severe weather. And the first high risk since March 25th, 2021.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We'll see how it evolves, though. Right now, it's still struggling.
Yep.
Which is great.
Yes.
Will it continue to struggle? You know, there's a chance that maybe the shear will overcome the instability. Like it outdoes the instability.
Mm-hmm.
What's this cell doing?
I've been watching that one.
That's pretty stout.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're at the Little Rock radar. We might need to move back to Fort Smith.
That is going, though, a little bit to the east. So that's going to be across McCurtain County, Polk County,
Montgomery.
And then keep going that way. Yeah.
I would watch that one because that's an east mover. It's not really moving northeast like these other storms are. But here's like a good example of what these storms are going to be doing today. See this storm that started near Perryville, pretty strong. Then it weakened for a few moments, and then it's ramped right back up again. I mean, it's just going to be like that all day long. And some of these storms are not going to get weak again, potentially. There's the potential for that. There's also the potential that it doesn't happen, and we're hoping that's the case. But this is definitely a day where you got to keep your guard up. I personally still think that out of the two high risk, the northern one in Iowa, Illinois, and Northeast Missouri is a little bit more volatile.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm not discounting the risk at all in Arkansas or Mississippi or Tennessee. I just think if I were picking between the two, that's the one where I think the strong to violent tornado potential is a little bit higher today, based on what I've seen. But we definitely don't need any more tornadoes in Mississippi. That's for sure. We don't need any tornadoes anywhere.
All right, so I take it back. That camera is located in Searcy County near Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
So that Searcy County is right here. It's away from the storms. That's why
Yeah.
it wasn't looking like at the storms.
Yeah.
So that's the reason that camera looked a little different.
Yeah, that makes
I was
sense.
wondering.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
So that's a scenic overlook kind of, and then that's pointed towards Marshall. So
Very beautiful.
yeah, it's a great camera. It's going to be awesome when it goes into the Searcy County area. So after Newton County, but
We need more
Yeah.
cameras there in areas like that.
that would be a great view.
Yeah.
So all righty, guys. Well, I
Mhm.
think that about does it. Then you can
Yep.
you can wrap it up.
Yep. We'll let Central Arkansas take over on this. But again, if you have family and friends living in any of these areas that are going to be impacted by severe weather today, check in on them and make sure that they're heeding the warnings today. But
Equipment is in trouble.
equipment is in big trouble
Yeah.
right now north of Greenbrier and Guy.
Yep.
That storm is really getting going right now. We'll show one last view of that.
Did a weather talk there one time. I still have a T-shirt that's equipment T-shirt.
Wow, equipment.
Yep.
Wow. That's way out there.
Yeah. Well, that was
That's-
when I was a little wrong.
Okay, Ark.
Shows you how long ago
Yeah.
that T-shirt was.
Another tornado warning just issued for Little Rock, by the way.
Yep.
And that storm's trying to get going again, too.
All right. Well.
All right, we'll
Two.
wrap it up.
Yep.
Yep. God bless everybody. Stay safe. We'll talk to you later.